Hi friends! Today we are going to talk a little bit more about boundaries. So last week we talked about why you would even want to have good boundaries. But we need to, what exactly are these boundary things and what areas of our life can we look at to decide if we're even doing a good job? So I went to the dictionary and looked at what Merriam-Webster says about having good boundaries. And it says, a boundary is a real or imaginary point beyond which a person cannot let things go past. So we all need these things, right? We all need boundaries. They help keep us safe. We talked about these things last week. They help keep us safe. They help us focus on what's important in our life, on our own wants and needs. They help us set realistic expectations in a relationship and responsibilities, so everybody knows how things are meant to work and to get along. They reduce relationship stress. They differentiate us from other people. And really, at the end of the day, they just reduce stress for us. So they're really important. So today what we're going to do is take a look at the different areas of your life where you might want to have some better boundaries. So before we do that, for those of you who don't know me, my name is Nancy, and I'm a relationship and stress coach, and I help women who are stuck in a challenging relationship to bring more calm and connection and clarity into that challenging relationship so it can be experienced with more joy and ease. A really great thing to have. So back to the boundaries. We'll talk about the first type will be just a plain old physical boundary. So something like, physical body boundary, your wants, your needs, your physical space, those sorts of things. So it could be something like your comfort level for touch. Some people are really touchy, snuggle muffin kind of people, and some people are not. And either, however it is for you is how it is for you, and that's the best. It could be the amount of space that you need for yourself. It could be how much alone time you need. It could even just be something as simple as, around your food and water. Think Joey on Friends. What was he like, right? When he went out for dinner with somebody, he never wanted anybody to touch anything on his plate. He set a boundary there. So that would be sort of a physical boundary. Another type of boundary might be an emotional boundary. So what would that look like? That might have something to do with, there are some people who really like to just rant and just be heard. They're not looking for anybody to fix anything. They just want to be able to talk about whatever's on their mind. And this can be really hard if you're on the other side of that and you're a fixer and you just want to fix things for somebody. So you need to let each other know what your boundaries are. Like, look, I don't want you to fix that for me. That's not your job. That's my job. Or it could be something around timing, when you're going to have different conversations. If you're at work, that's maybe not the best time to have a challenging emotional conversation. So that's setting boundaries about when you're going to have these conversations, how they're going to work. It could even be down to the timing of who's sharing what, whatever that is for you. So another type of boundary that you might have would be a financial boundary. Now, of course, financial stress is one of the top 5 causes of divorce. So this is really important in relationship to have a good financial boundary. So that would be boundaries around, spending and credit and savings and what your, leisure, what you're spending your leisure money on. All of those sorts of things are going to be really important. You want to have those conversations up front because, like we said, that's a big cause of relationship stress. Another type of boundary, of course, is a sexual boundary. So in a relationship, that could be, about what sex looks like, when, where, how, who starts it, or whatever that is for you. And if you're not on the same page around your sexual boundaries in a relationship, then that's going to be very difficult. That's going to cause a lot of stress. Another boundary that you might have is a spiritual boundary. So what would that look like? Well, that might have to do with your individual faith and how you practice it. That might be about your higher calling, your social responsibility, your views on connection and interconnectedness, whatever that is for you, having those conversations and just respecting each other's space and each other's views, along with something like intellectual boundaries. So that could be something like your political views, right? Getting into those sorts of conversations can cause a lot of stress between people. So, and you don't have to be on the same page. You absolutely don't have to. But you have to be able to manage not being on the same page with kindness and compassion and respect for each other. And how are you going to manage that? So that's really important. And then the last boundary that I wanted to talk about today is the time boundary. So, I see this as having to do, really, a lot of them connect with each other, right? Because there's timing involved with all of the other types of boundaries as well. But I sort of see this one as how much time are you spending with each other, and how much time are you allowing for your own individual interests? Because it's really important to spend time together and grow together, but I think it's also really important to have your own individuality, to be pursuing your own your own interests as well, and not to let those drop off the wayside because you've become part of a relationship. And this could be any sort of relationship. It could be a relationship with friends, family, whatever, coworkers, all of these things. And actually, one thing I forgot to mention, under financial stress, is one of the things I think that's coming up for people today is the whole idea of, and I know for me, like older kids being at home again. My kids are in their 20s and they're at home with us. They're still in school, but a lot of families have older children coming back to live with them. And what's that look like? And what are those boundaries around, are they paying rent? Are they contributing to the household expenses? Are they helping with household chores and those sorts of things? So lots of things to consider. There's so much more in all of these. So, take a look back over the list. Things like physical, emotional, sexual, spiritual, timing. What did I miss? There were a few other ones. There's all these different boundaries that you want to take a look at. And if you could use some extra help around your boundaries, then let's chat. Give me a call. Thanks for listening today. I hope this was helpful to you, so you can now sit and have a think about, where maybe you would like to draw some more lines, or even loosen up some more lines. Sometimes your boundaries can be too tight. It's not always one or the other, right? It's not always just one way. So come join me on my Facebook page, Living in Yes, where we talk about these sorts of things. Or if you want to connect with me, go to my website, www.nancybrooker.ca, and I offer a free clarity call. Let's chat about whatever's on your mind. And don't forget to download some of your freebies. Find how to 7 simple ways to de-stress. There's also a meal and a grocery planner template to help you save some time. And I've just added a new template on boundaries. So I hope you enjoy that too. Take care and have a great day. Bye.